Melanie Fielder joins us now from the stadium with more relays coverage.
Thanks, Caitlin. Relays is more about than just the races. There are one-of-a-kind traditions that draw people from across the country. Joni Berry was on the pageant floor as 50 beautiful bulldogs strutted their stuff for this year's Most Beautiful Bulldog competition.
Bulldogs might not have the speed of a greyhound or the energy of a golden retriever, but at Drake University, they are nearly royalty. Relay season kicks off with one of its most loved traditions, the beautiful bulldog. People and their bulldogs filled Drake's Fieldhouse to celebrate their favorite animal.
I got involved because Reggie was a contestant last year, so we had a lot of fun. Registered him this year again. Didn't make the cut, but we decided we'd come anyway.
Audience members got a chance to interact with the bulldogs and admire their sense of style.
It's neat to see how everybody kind of interprets the contest, with being dressed up anywhere from just Drake t-shirts or jerseys, just a lot of different fun costumes.
The competition wrapped up by naming a few finalists, but the ultimate title went to a local. Tyson, the 2-year-old from West Des Moines, took the crown for Beautiful Bulldog. After a day in the spotlight, many of the bulldogs returned to what they are most famous for, sleeping.
Take a nap.
This is Joni Berry.
This is the 33rd annual competition. Tyson will make appearances throughout the weekend here in Drake Stadium. Another off-the-track tradition takes people downtown to join Drake Pride with local business.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 3rd annual Downtown Street Painting. We hope you guys are having a great afternoon. We thank you all for coming out. The squares look incredible.
Our office, the alumni office, decided that we wanted to bring the tradition of street painting from campus downtown to work with our community partners and our Des Moines alumni.
It's a good opportunity to hang out with some fellow alumni and also do something for my company. We're volunteering to do this and get our brand out there and just sort of be also a part of the relays again.
It's definitely more intense down here, I think, because people are so perfectionistic about their squares and they want to get their designs exactly right.
I think it's very similar to kind of the intent of street painting back at Drake. It's really just to become better teammates, hang out with your friends, and just another way to socialize while supporting something great.
We close down the street and make it kind of a party atmosphere, and everyone has fun.
The event attracts more and more people every year. Pole vault in the Jordan Creek Mall has also grown in popularity. Thousands turned out to watch last night, but we find out the event is something more than just sports.
Hundreds lined up. Some drooled. Pole vault in Jordan Creek Mall. It's a one-of-a-kind event that means something different for everyone.
People that would normally just not even notice our kiosk happen to pay a little more attention to it. So I think it's a good thing.
While businesses see more interest, families are hoping to spark an interest in their children.
Well, I started coming to Drake Relays when I was 8 years old in 1952. And this year my granddaughter's 8 years old, so we're bringing her for the first time.
Al and his family arrived extra early. Early enough that camping stools and ice cream sundaes were needed.
Is that ice cream sundae good?
Yes.
Why are you excited to be here tonight?
Yes.
Downstairs, another family memory was in the making as the mother brought all 3 of her children.
They're getting old enough that I thought they would have fun watching it a little bit. My oldest is 7, and I figured he was old enough to start appreciating some sports and enjoy it.
And of course, the history and name behind the pole vault draws crowds of all ages.
I like to see first-class athletes in action. The Drake Relays are special, and they're noted for all over the United States.
The audience was entertained by world-class champions. The finals will take place Saturday afternoon. Also Saturday afternoon, you can catch the special invite shot put. Headlining the shot put this year are #2 world-ranked Christian Cantwell as he faces off 2012 indoor champion Ryan Whiting.
No one's going to hold back. Everybody wants the A standard. If they don't have it, I expect with Ryan Whiting and all the others, a really big throw.
Cantwell was a no-show for last year's event due to shoulder complications. In 2010, he took the title with a distance of 21.69 meters. Cantwell has won 7 Drake Relays titles, and he's in the Drake Relays Hall of Fame. He holds an 8-year-long streak with top 4 world ranking. Cantwell will face Whiting, who just PR'd at 22 meters flat in the indoor season. You can catch them Saturday afternoon. Many forget that the Drake Relays is also a home track meet for the Drake athletes. However, a Bulldog hasn't won or waved that white championship flag since 1995, when Gina DeWitt took home with the 800 meters. Drake's senior and 3-time Missouri Valley Conference champion, John DeGrave, hopes to end that dry spell.
I think this is a really great year for me. I got a really great lane. It's a good heat with a lot of guys I've run against before that I know pretty well. And I think if I get out and I run my race and just get out to a good start, I know I can finish them, and I think I got a pretty decent shot.
This will be DeGrave's 4th Drake Relays. After walking on to the Drake team as a freshman, he has won 3 Missouri Valley Conference championships and earned honorable mention in All-America accolades in 2012. Drake's sophomore Brogan Austin is the 2011 MVC Cross Country Athlete of the Year. He looks to win the 10K tonight. Alongside him, fellow sophomore Omet Koch also has a good shot in the 1500 meter. That race will be Saturday night. I am now joined by Chuck Schnoffner. He is a Drake alum and a seasoned relays veteran. He was an AP reporter, and he's been at Drake ever since. Chuck, you've been here for 40 years. That's a long time.
That's a long time, yes it has. But I have to say I enjoyed every minute, even when it snowed, rained, whatever. It's the Drake Relays.
What's the most memorable event you've seen in your time here?
Can I give you 2?
Yes.
I know we practiced on one, but in 1979, Steve Scott ran the first sub 4-minute mile in Drake Relays history. It was a huge deal. He had expected to do it the year before. He couldn't run that year. He got on the PA, promised he'd come back in 1979 and set the record, and he did. He ran almost 5 seconds under 4 minutes. It was just a tremendous occasion. And then later on, when Carl Lewis ran at Drake for the first time, 9-time gold medalist, the biggest name in track and field at the time, when he lined up to start, the stadium got absolutely silent on Saturday. If you can imagine 18,000 people, all these athletes and officials, just absolutely dead quiet.
So the intimacy of the stadium, you just said how quiet it is when it's so packed. Why is the Drake Stadium like an X factor? Why is it so different when athletes run here?
Well, just because of the perfect word is intimacy. Look down there and see how close people are to the track. Runners after their race can go by and slap hands with the fans. There's a connection. You can have an actual physical connection between fans and athletes, and you don't get that everywhere. I just think that's part of the charm of the relays. And you mentioned Christian Cantwell earlier. He loves the Drake Relays. He cannot say enough good things about competing at the Drake Relays and how much he enjoys being here. And he's just one example of hundreds.
Okay, well, thanks for joining me. Enjoy your relays.
Anytime, and I will. Thank you.
As the high school year comes to an end, high school students have a tradition of their own. But see how much this tradition is costing them. I'm Melanie Fielder, live in Drake Stadium.